back. Sorry if it's a little loud from the wind and the trucks. Unlike yesterday, it's a little rainy and cold today. So I got the heater on right now to put some plastic up just to kind of keep some of the wind out. We're gonna be making the hard cuts, putting in all of our bracing, doing our easy cuts, and then hopefully lifting the bus. So when we talk about hard and easy cuts, this is what we're referring to. These spaces here, these just get cut in the middle. Real simple. They get cut in the middle and then they lift apart. The hard cuts are generally the ones in the very front and rear of the bus. Same thing on this other side. That access is very difficult. Some of these things are attached to other pieces. You'll notice on the outside, I did cut more rivets up from the ridge, and that is simply so we can actually wedge this in and make these cuts without cutting the sheet metal. So we get the hard cuts done. We can do those really at any time. We'll get all the supports, the sliders welded in place. And then finally, this is the secret to the easy roof raise. More on that later. Well, I've been continuing on. We got all the hard cuts done, and they call them hard cuts for a reason. You can kind of see right here, and they're not gonna be the prettiest cuts on the bus. So got it cut through here, use the multi-tool to get the flanges, but got all the little things you never know or think to look for. Got all these panels cut. I got the rear supports there undone, other rear cuts. So everything's done as far as the difficult cuts. Now I got all my batteries on charge right now, so now it's all the easy cuts. Again, sorry about all this wind and rain. You can kind of see it's not awful, but we definitely got some heat on. It's not freezing, but just the dampness, that's more drying out than heating. So we got all of our supports in, got all of our lifting jacks, patent pending, and got all the front area cut. So I think I'm gonna start working on the easy cuts, and then it's lifting time. So super pumped. Wish the weather was better. I almost want to wait until tomorrow, but I also don't want to because it's still early. But I'm gonna go ahead and get to start cutting, and we'll see where it goes from there. Well, turns out I wasn't recording any of that, so I apologize. I have all of those ground where they're gonna be cut, so I can have a nice clean metal to weld. Also got all the sliders welded in place. So you can kind of see how these will work is as the bus gets lifted, this tube slides up out of there and it helps keep it aligned. So it keeps the bus from moving a whole lot. A lot of bus builders actually use these to lift on. They put a jack underneath. You usually have 4 jacks, 2 in the front, 2 in the rear. You have at least 2 people jacking them up, maybe a 3rd or 4th helping out otherwise. But what we ended up doing, about halfway through that, we found it would be thought about and discovered would be way easier, is we actually use a different set, but a pair of these. These are meant for 2-post lifts. So you put them underneath the front and rear of the car to stabilize it so it doesn't teeter on the lift. We get this all cut loose, is literally just crank up each side and lift the bus that way. This is the contraption I built, keeping with today's theme. I have it riveted. My hat channel cutter. I have a metal blade in there. I'll put on my big battery, and this lines up with the outside here. I line up my cut mark. I won't be holding a camera when I do this. Like that. and then I plunge cut it through, and that should give me a nice clean. Good morning. We're back on the bus. It's a new day. I didn't get a lot of the last couple hours recorded, but it was all really small things. Mostly working on popping all the skin loose on the outside of the bus, but we're there. I'm gonna tack the stands to the ceiling just to hold them in place. They're not gonna be doing, it won't keep the bus from doing a whole lot. The sliders are taking care of that job. We're ready to get this going. I got the heater going. As you can see, it's a little chilly. Monday was a beautiful day. Even got sunburned. Yesterday was windy and rainy, and today is gonna be sunny and cold. So, you know, welcome to the Midwest, where you can get it all in the same week. All right, well, I'm gonna start getting set up, set the cameras up, and I'm gonna get at it and see if we can do a one-person roof raise. All right, my lifters are tacked in place. My wiring harnesses are loose. I even caught one thing. I've heated mirrors, so I discovered that before I started lifting, and gave enough slack for those. I'll need to check on them. And this is where anyone will tell you when you do an engine swap or a roof raise, this is where you start testing the tensile strength of electric wire and other things, because there's gonna be some stuff that you forget. There almost always is. So as far as I can tell, everything's cut loose. We're just gonna kind of go for it. I can hear the butyl tape in the front separating. Look at that, a little grease, and I can easily do this one-handed. 2 fingers. So if it looked tough earlier, 1 finger roof raise. The ease of this, because I did with my first bus, I did the double jack thing on front and back. They have fun getting 4 jacks. These are way less expensive. I like this style. I think it works really well. All right, we're there. 20 inches. I got some of the hat channels sitting in place in the front. Just popped in there for right now, but this is it. I had about 1 inch of head height when I started. So super pumped. Gonna start getting this hat channel ready and popping it in place, and then start welding it up. Woo! Got all of the supports welded up with the exception of where my sliders are. I'm gonna go take a lunch break. When I get back, I'm actually going to make and weld up the front and rear picture frame boxes I'm gonna be making. Get the box frame framed in. Then I'll actually cut loose the sliders and weld those brackets in. So those will be the last thing. I'm gonna go get some lunch, let the puppy dog out, and get back at it. Sorry about that little technical difficulty, me trying to destroy my camera. So what you've missed is I actually have finished up the frames for the front and rear. I have an angle piece welded to it, and that is what's going to catch the front. You can kind of see it clamped in place here. And unfortunately, I do have some plans tonight. Well, fortunately for me, I have plans tonight. Unfortunately, this is all I'm going to get done today. But back tomorrow and should start sheeting and maybe even get most of it sheeted tomorrow. So looking forward to that.